Okay, meeting call to order at 7:10. First on the agenda, we will take up payroll warrant P-7 in the amount of $21,982.31. Oh, you have the original there. There's a copy for you to keep.
This is the original?
Joe Sylvia has the original.
Make a motion to accept. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're not going to get it. Okay. Next, vendor warrant V-7. That is in the amount of $11,464.61.
Beffy floor covering, was that for downstairs?
That was a remarkable price, if you notice.
Yeah.
Any questions on V-7?
No. Motion to approve. Second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye. These are your balances for the what's remaining in the accounts.
Thank you. Okay. That's for you.
Okay.
We're all set with the warrants. Next, we will building update. Building
update. Really have nothing. Everything is pretty well straight. I have still working on the write-up for what they have to do to finish up the final coding. That's just about it.
Okay. The rugs look great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was we checked with a few places and got a real good price. He had some stock that he had. Somebody had ordered it, and then I guess they decided not to use that. And, so we had it in stock, and I talked to him, and we worked out a real good deal. It ended up $1,495 installed, as you see it. And he also threw in the cove base on there, and everything else. So it looks pretty good. I think it's a good color for that. It matches the other flooring that's down there.
Very good. Any questions on the building? Okay. Actually, one thing I did forget to do is we did not review the minutes. I believe everyone on the board has received the minutes from December 14th. Were there any changes to the minutes to December 14th from any of the board members?
No.
Okay, so do I have a motion to accept the minutes of December 14th?
Make that motion to accept. Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just have one quick question, Kevin.
Sure.
On this, with the payrolls and stuff that you gave out?
Yes.
Did the EMTs ever get paid for their, I think they had like a different pay category for their calls that they were doing?
Stipend.
That they was
stipend.
Did they ever get
They
that?
get that the last paycheck of the fiscal year.
Last paycheck of the fiscal
Yeah,
year?
so they won't get paid until June 30th.
All right. Thank you.
One thing under the warrants that I do, I guess it would be under vendor warrants that I want to bring up with my board. Since the last meeting, we received a bill, and Mr. Foster called me and asked me if it was something that should be considered, and I didn't think it was, so we have not paid it at this time. I want to bring it up. It is an invoice for $713.76, and it's regarding a trip for John Alcadino to go to Washington, D.C. to be paid for by the district. I felt that without going to council, that under the terms of the agreement that we came to, that this should not be on one of the warrants, and that's why I want to bring it up under the warrants. And I want to be clear with my fellow board members if they want to discuss that further.
No, I don't see there's any benefit to the district in paying for a fee like that when the gentleman is leaving in like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. I just wanted to make this public, and I didn't want anyone to think I was doing anything wrong because, Mr. Foster, this did come in after our last meeting. You did not receive it to pay, so I was unaware of it at the last meeting, or we could have discussed it then.
Mr. Chairman, could you explain to the people at home what this is?
This is the Congressional Fire Service Institute Conference. It's the chiefs. Once a year, all the chiefs across the country get together in Washington, D.C. And in the past, the active chiefs have gone. I believe, did you go after you or not?
No, I never went.
What, you never went ever? Okay. And it would be May 2nd through the 4th. And I believe it is for retired chiefs as well as active chiefs.
Retired chiefs do go, but it's mostly for active chiefs.
Okay. So I don't see the benefit for the district to be paying
Neither do
at
I.
this time. So, okay. We can go on next, back to our regular agenda, which would be equipment update. I put on there. I didn't know if anyone, I know at the last meeting you had some questions that I couldn't answer. I didn't know if you had a chance to
No,
ask or look into anything or ask any questions.
no, not yet.
Okay, so I wasn't so that's no need for that today.
Right.
Very good.
In terms of just wanted, what I'd like to know, we had our annual DOT inspections conducted today here. All the apparatus was passed, so it's all in compliance for another year. But they did recommend very strongly that we replace the rear set of rear axle wheels on the tower due to wear. Truck passed its inspection, but they basically said that should be there, so we'll be moving forward over the next couple of weeks to get 4 new tires on the rear axle of the tower. So that
Very good.
probably somewhere in the vicinity of about $3,000.
Okay. So, Mr. Dumont, I'm sure you'll find them for half price or less.
Buy one, get 3 free.
Just to make sure they don't come off an active truck, okay? Okay, so that's it for equipment. IT, Mr. Stasio.
Gave a letter to us, it's in our books.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't stop by I didn't get into the box before I got here. Beautiful. Thank you. Did you get yours?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get mine after the meeting. Anything else?
Anything? You want to do the alcohol program? Or you want
That's kind of, yeah, I wasn't sure. Did you have anything to report at this time
We just have
or
a report.
on the alcohol and drug test?
What we've done, we met after great difficulty. We met with the people at St. Luke's to review her review of our policy, and there was quite a bit. I think you probably saw that, but there was quite a few changes that she recommended in that policy. There were ambiguous statements and multiple statements on the same thing, and we spent quite a bit of time reviewing that with her. And then the other day, the deputy and I went through the whole thing, and we kind of decided that what we would do is incorporate some of the sample policy that she gave us and that many other people use, and incorporate that into ours and remove some of the things that she suggested removing and changing in our policy. And it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Either we change their policy or we change our policy. So we decided, because we paid so much to have this one done, that we felt that we would change our policy to incorporate what they suggest us do. They gave us several sample policies. One of them was a DOT mandated policy, and that really only pertained to drivers, as opposed to people doing other things such as the fire department. So we kind of did away with that one, and we're going to continue to, if you or your committee likes that, we'll continue to upgrade our policy to incorporate those other changes. That's going to take a little bit of time because there's quite a bit to do. So there were quite a few questions that she had, and quite a few suggestions that she had that we remove and add, and so on and so forth. So we're going to continue to do that.
Question?
Yeah, did they have any other policies from other fire departments? That they did?
Basically, the policy that they gave us was the sample policy that they gave us was one that a lot of the fire departments use, and a lot of, again, with some, it was written for a multi-location manufacturer, but the wording and the verbiage is pretty much good for everybody. And so like I said, we're incorporating that into our policy so that it will have the fire department functions and also incorporate those parts that are related to everybody. But they don't have a particular policy that's written specifically for a fire department other than ours.
Do we have a policy right now?
Yes, well, it's
Because we pay for a service for people to be tested every month, and that hasn't been
yeah,
done.
that's run out. That we have the policy, and that's what we're changing. But the actual contract with St. Louis SLH has expired. They're still honoring it because we sent somebody the other day. But other than that, we want to update this to what it really should be, because it's, again, there's a lot of ambiguous statements and things in here. And when we both read it, it was really, wow, what is the answer to that? So we're kind of defining the answers so that everybody understands them. Right now, I think the problem is that a lot of people don't understand policy. And they're looking at it and saying, well, it says here, and over here it says something different.
Including the director herself from the hospital.
Yes,
she doesn't understand
exactly,
it. So
exactly. So that's why we're taking care of those problems.
correct.
But we will change our policy as opposed to changing the policy the sample that they gave us.
And then our new contract will reflect the rules
Correct.
and the amount of testing
Correct.
in accordance. Okay.
We're gonna change those percentages and so on and so forth for the testing.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions on that? Okay, on to the next item. Special legislation. I believe you have received correspondence,
Yes.
my two board members, from Anthony Savastano's office. No, she asked. She had your email address.
She might have sent it, I haven't checked it.
Okay. If you can check your email. Did you review it? Did you have
I
any
did.
questions, concerns?
One of the things I thought of is it may be cheaper for the town with the same results if we move forward with the weak chief status, and the board was to write a letter of conditions and sign off the conditions such that the chief would have all the powers of a strong chief.
So you're proposing we would switch to a weak chief, and then the board would vote to
Right.
give the powers.
It's just an alternative. I look at this scenario here, and it looks like there could be a long legal battle with this one going forward.
In what legal battle? Would
If we're going to have the town attorney or a attorney write this for it, and then we have to go petition the state legislature to change it, would we not get the same results going with the weak chief and just have a letter of conditions attached to it?
I don't know if that's possible.
Neither do I.
Okay.
But I think we should spend some time ourselves maybe calling other departments and maybe asking Marcel if he's ever heard of anything like this, to once again to see if we can lower the legal fees. See if we can do some legwork ourselves and see if there is any type of solution like that out there instead of paying for someone to
Okay. At our last meeting, he didn't anticipate much of an expense. That's why I'm questioning. Maybe we can get a ballpark, because it's a matter of writing it and then handing it to the legislator. He doesn't have to present it. I don't know if that's what you were thinking, that it would be an ongoing. I believe it's a matter of getting it together, tailoring it to what we want as a board, and then that's it. We're done. It
then
gets
let's ask for a
presented.
ballpark figure.
Okay.
That would still have to be an article in the warrant, though.
Right.
Well, that's the whole thing. What's our? I don't want to have to do a separate election. Is why. Well, I was thinking we were going to have to. What's our deadline for the warrant?
The annual meeting is in May, so the second Wednesday in May, so it should be good to get stuff done by March or early April, so we have enough time to publicize, and it's going to be publicized, so we should do it by, say, March. All articles we're going to put in, we should have it done by then.
So April's meeting.
Yeah, because it's,
Okay.
the meeting is, like I say, the second Wednesday of May.
Okay. As far as the content of this, did you agree? 5 year?
I didn't have. I had a couple of. Let me, if I could see it again.
Sure.
I didn't have a problem with the time limit. Let's see. I didn't like, the disciplinary action once again, I'm speaking for myself, I would not want to be involved in any disciplinary actions in the fire department. That should be in the hands of a chief, depending which way we go.
Yes, I read that as discipline
Right.
on the chief, is how I read that.
I did make some comments in mine at home. I
Okay.
got them.
All right, so why don't we do have, we have to make some decisions next month in March. And I'll look into these questions you have here. A concern I have about going with the weak chief and given the powers of the board, with the change of every board,
I understand.
we would have to revote that. Now,
Right.
that's fine, that's a good, if that would work for this district with this current board. If we got somebody in our position who wants to run this fire department, even though they're on the Prudential committee, they could shoot that down, and
Right.
then you'd have a Prudential committee running the fire department, which is
Not what my
not,
intentions.
not exactly. So, DFD 132, is that yours? So you'll have this at home. If you can print that up, if the board can come back and have some,
Okay.
I'll get an estimate of the cost, and I can ask you, give the weak chief, give him the power by the board, if that's even an option. And we can revisit this
Okay. that's
in
fine.
February.
Next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on making any decisions this month anyway, but I wanted to get the ball rolling on this so that by April, we have our final product for the voters, and see what they want, see what the voters want to do. So, our next meeting will be February 9th, I'm sorry. February 8th, yep. At 7 o'clock here.
Okay. No
I
problem.
believe that took care of the agenda for tonight. I didn't miss anything? Okay?
Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.